guys, welcome back to Your Mindset, Your Power. Let me tell you, my friend, for years, without even realizing it, I was living as a victim. Yep, from the outside, I looked like I had it all together. But inside, I was complaining about almost everything. The weather, my endless to-do list, the fact that I never had time for myself, the pressure of carrying the home, the family, the responsibilities every single day. And the more I complained, the more stuck I felt, the more frustrated I became. I was drained, burned out, reacted instead of responding, showing up for everyone and everything except for myself. And here's the truth, my friend. Complaining isn't harmless. No, it drains your energy. It slowly convinces you that you are powerless, even when you don't realize it. And many people don't wake up to this until it has already stolen years of their lives. And I don't want that to be you. So today, we're going to talk about something real. Why complaining is a problem. How it quietly turns you into a victim. And most importantly, how to shift out of it and take your power back. So, why is complaining such a big issue? Because we all do it, right? But because it doesn't just stay as words. It shapes your identity, my friend. Yes, the more you complain, the more your brain starts to believe. This is happening to me. I have no control. I'm stuck. And without noticing, your identity starts becoming the victim. Now, let me be very clear here. I'm not saying life isn't hard. There are seasons that take everything out of you. Moments where you feel overwhelmed. Times where you genuinely don't know how to navigate what's in front of you. Times where you have so much on your plate that you don't even know where to start. I've been there. I'm not dismissing that. But there is a difference between feeling something real and living in a constant loop of complaining. Let me give you an example. I know someone who constantly complains about money, but they have a good life. They have food on the table. They have a roof over their head, health, and still it's always, I don't have enough. I can't do this. I can't help. I wish I had more. And over time, that becomes their identity. Not because it's fully true, but because it's what they keep reinforcing. And when you stay there, my friend, of course you feel like a victim. Of course you feel powerless and you stay stuck. And another way this shows up is when something doesn't go your way. Not because you don't have options, but because you get stuck in the complaining phase. And when you stay there, of course you can't see solutions. You can't see possibilities. You can't move forward because complaining blinds you, my friend. So here's the question I want you to start asking yourself. Can I do something about this? Is this in my control? Because if the answer is no, then why are you giving it all your energy? Can you change the weather by complaining? No. Can you feel less overwhelmed by complaining? No. Can you feel happier by complaining? No. So what's the point? Now, you might say, all right, but sometimes I need to vent. And let me tell you, yes, of course, that's human, right? We all need that sometimes. But if that venting turns into an endless loop nonstop, where you feel more hopeless after, then it's no longer helping you, right? So I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself honestly, how much do I complain? Not to judge yourself, not to feel bad, not to beat yourself up, just to be honest. And if you're not sure, because sometimes we don't even realize, right? Ask someone close to you. Because the truth is, who enjoys being around someone who constantly complains? I know I don't. Being around someone who constantly complains is heavy. And I know, my friend, because I was that person at some point. And I know there was a time in my life where I probably sounded like a broken record stuck on repeat. Yes, same story, same frustration over and over again. And let me tell you, when you become aware of that, that's when everything changes. Because as I always say, awareness gives you a choice. Let me share something that happened to me last year. I went to my first destination wedding. Beautiful island, amazing energy. We arrived early, excited to enjoy everything. So the next day, I went explored the resort with my husband. So we go into this building where the gym and spa were. The gym was upstairs. And when I was coming down the stairs, I fell hard, like really hard that everyone in the building heard it. And immediately my knee starts swelling, turning purple. And in that moment, I honestly thought I fractured it. Yep. And right there, my mind went crazy. Oh my God, I ruined the trip. I'm not going to enjoy anything. I won't be able to dance. I won't be able to wear my high heels. You know, how all those things that we women care about, of course. That was my first reaction. But then, with the awareness, I caught myself. And instead of staying there, I shifted. I got immediate help. I found out I didn't fracture it. I got treatment right away. They even took me straight into the cold plunge at the spa, which, let me tell you, was brutal at first. But after a few minutes, it helped so much. They gave me access to treatments for the next few days. They took care of me. And I kept telling myself, I'm healing. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to enjoy everything. And guess what? That shift made me had the best time. Purple knee and all. I was not only able to walk again, but I wore my heels, my friend, and I danced the whole night at the wedding. I could not change what happened, of course, but I changed my mindset. The situation did not change, but I did. So I didn't stay in the victim mentality. I accepted what I could not change and focused on what I could, which was healing and gratitude. Now, here's the second big problem with complaining, my friend. It creates a ripple effect. You know, when you constantly complain, you create internal stress, not external stress. Life already has a lot of that, right? I'm talking about the stress you create inside yourself. Because when your brain keeps hearing, I can't, I'm stuck, this is too much, it starts believing it. And that creates tension, of course. And what do most people do with that tension? They try to escape it. And not always in the healthiest way to cope, right? Maybe just sugar, alcohol, comfort food, endless scrolling. Sounds familiar? So now, complaining is not just affecting your mindset, it's feeding your habits. And those habits, my friend, they're affecting your behavior. And that's where it becomes toxic. So now that you have become aware of this, I don't want you to just listen to this episode and move on. No, I want you to experience it for yourself. So for the next 7 days, I want you to run a simple experiment with me. Not to be perfect, just to observe yourself. And I'm going to give you the steps. Step number 1, awareness. Start noticing when you complain. Not after, in the moment. Catch it, even if it's small. Step number 2, pause. When you catch it, don't judge it, just pause. And ask yourself, can I do something about this? Is this in my control? Step number 3, choose your response. If the answer is yes, take action, even a small one. Or if the answer is no, shift it. Let it go. Or reframe it into something you can be grateful for. For example, flat tire, at least I'm safe. Freezing outside, I have warmth. Bad days, I'm still here. I get another chance tomorrow. Gratitude doesn't deny reality, my friend. It expands your perspective. Step number 4, observe yourself. Pay attention to how you feel when you stay in the complaining phase versus how you feel when you shift it. Notice your thoughts. Notice how your energy changes. Step number 5, write it down. This is very important. Just a few notes each day. What happened today? What you told yourself, how I handle certain situation, what you chose to do instead. And I promise you, my friend, at the end of the 7 days, you're going to see something very clear. You're going to notice that the same situations, different responses, completely different experience. Because here's the truth. The problem is not always a problem. It's how you respond to it. You can face the same situation and either train yourself to feel powerless or train yourself to find a way forward. And that choice, repeated daily, becomes your life. All right, my friend, let's bring this together because complaining drains your energy, reinforces a victim identity, keeps you stuck, and feeds habits that don't deserve you. But awareness changes everything because once you see it, you can choose differently. So if you're listening to this and thinking, wow, that's me, good. Not because it feels good, but because now you see it. And now you have a choice. You're not stuck. You're not powerless. You're just practicing a pattern. And now you can practice a different one. One where you catch it, shift it, write it down, and take your power back. So this week, pay attention. Be honest with yourself and give yourself the chance to experience what it feels like to stop living as a victim in your own story. Because your life is not defined by what happens to you. No, it's defined by how you respond to it. And watch what happens when you shift your mindset. Because I promise you this, once you experience the difference, you won't want to go back. Nope. And as always, if this episode gave you clarity, my friend, share with someone who needs to hear it. Because awareness changes everything, right? And remember, your mindset is not just what you think. It's where your power begins. I'll talk to you next week. Have an awesome one. I love you guys.